Right over there is the ledge part. It's got about a foot of water in it, we're guessing. We don't really know exactly how much it's got in it, but we're guessing it's got about a foot of water. And it's chocolate milk. I mean, it's worse than chocolate milk. I've had chocolate milk that looks clearer than that. You know, it's really bad looking. And I got a new pack of lures today. They're made by this brand called Mr. Twister is the brand name of it. It's this here. I have no clue what the color is. It says it, I'll show you. Go over here and sit down on this stump over here. Show you guys the bait and some of my homemade lures. I figured I'd show you guys some of my homemade lures that I whittled down with my own hunting knife that I use when I go hunting. I figured I'd show you guys that because it would be a pretty cool video to make, showing you guys some of the homemade lures that I have and then showing you guys the new lure that I got, which is basically just a pack of creature baits. So first I'm going to set this camera down real quick. Alrighty guys, so here's the bait. Let me turn the camera around. Okay, so this company is called Mr. Twister, and I have no clue what the name of the color is, but it's basically like a little baby brush hog, and it's green on the bottom and brown on the top, which I think that there would be a great color. It's got, like, instead of 2 little twister parts down there on the bottom like a regular brush hog, it's got 4. I don't know how well you guys can see that, but this brand is called Mr. Twister, and it says right up there, better than the real thing. Then it says over here, America's most popular soft baits. Lifelike design, it's the original Mr. Twister. And it does not say what these are called. It says catching more fish more often. That makes no sense. Doesn't make sense to me anyway. But that's what I bought. I found them in a 99-cent box at Rural King over in Indiana. I don't know what that was. But I'm also going to show you guys some of the homemade baits that I've made. Now this here was my first crankbait design. The very first crankbait design I ever made. See how it's got this part down here is kind of sloped down. Here, let me turn the camera around, that way you guys can see it better. See how this end right here is kind of sloped down, and then it's got these hooks, and the hook's kind of messed up. These are Eagle Claw hooks. All my baits are made with Eagle Claw hooks, mainly because they're the cheapest, and you can buy them in a big package. But it's got like that down slant to them, and the reason that I did that is it dives better. I mean, it was the first one I ever made. Now I make them with lips, and the second crankbait design I ever made was this one right here. Let me turn the camera around again. This one here has got this metal lip. I think I've shown you guys this before. Actually, I don't think I have, actually. If I remember right, I don't believe I did. But it's got this little metal lip, and it's just all silver with silver hooks. It's got Eagle Claw hooks. And this thing here's got a really cool action, and you can tell. Ow, I hooked myself. You can tell by the size of my hand, it's a pretty good size bait, and I think it's going to work pretty well. Next, I'm going to show you is this bluegill walking bait I painted myself. It's an awful colored paint job, but this was back before I really got into designing the paint job, and I put a red hook and then a kind of a gray hook. And you might be wondering what that metal part there is. If it's going to focus, I don't know if it is. But you may be wondering what that little propeller is, and it does not spin. It doesn't spin. It's basically like a fixed prop. And if you look down the bait, see how that prop is flush with the body? Basically what that is when you twitch it, these little flaps right here catch the water and it makes it walk. And that's basically my own design that I made. Then this one here is a little torpedo style mouse lure with one single hook. If it's going to focus. This is brown, and it's got kind of a white paint job to it. If it's going to focus, it's not. It's got brown and kind of a white belly, then a black eye. And this spinner, this little prop, it spins. See, it spins pretty well, and it's got a red hook on it. Then I got this one here was just kind of a stupid lure idea I had, of a black and white torpedo with red hooks. Then I got this little shad torpedo with some silver hooks. Then I got these little what I called these baits the little hand grenade, because they're one of my favorite baits. I've had like hundreds, it seems like, blow-ups on it, but I've never caught a fish with it. I guess maybe because I don't fish it often, but I call this little hand grenade because there's always that joke about fishermen that you can't get a bite, you're going to throw a hand grenade in the water or a stick of dynamite. Well, this here, I called it the hand grenade, was the original name I had for it. Darn it. I dropped it. It's basically this little bait right here, a little bitty bug. And you might be wondering why them white stripes on there. I tried to make it look like a locust as much as I could. And it's got that one single hook. And then I also got one that I painted like a little ladybug, which it's way too big to be a ladybug, but it's red with some brown spots on it. And then I got, let's see, here's one here that I think will work pretty well. A little shad popper with a red body and stuff, with a red hook. And another thing that I wanted to tell you guys before I end this video, I got a lot more baits in here, but those there are my favorites that I've made. I want to tell you guys something real quick. If you guys have watched the whole video by now, you'll be able to see this. I got, see on my channel, I got these saved playlists. I don't know if you guys see them on there when you click on my videos or not. I don't really know. But if you guys go on there, it says something like my favorites or something like that. You click on that, and then the third video down, it shows a video from Andrew Flair. If you guys click on that video, it's basically, it's part of it is fishing and some of it is unboxing stuff from the fans that he's gotten. If you guys watch that video, you guys watch most of it, enough of it, you'll see a lure that I actually made myself in this little workshop right here. I made it myself. It's a golden popper with a single hook, and it's got a little prop on there. You'll see it on there. It's I think it's like 13 minutes through or something like that. I'm not going to be completely certain. It's about maybe 3/4 of the way through the video. If you guys watch the whole video, you know, if you watch the whole video, you'll be able to see it. But it's pretty cool. I made it myself. It's a golden popper that I made myself. I sanded it down, and it's really one of the best. It's really one of the best lures that I made, and I wanted to send it to him. So that's, if you guys watch that video, make sure to leave a like on that video, because it was pretty cool that I sent that lure, and you'll see it on there. And I asked him a question about what lure he would have if it was the last lure he ever got to use, and he said it was a frog. So I wanted to tell you guys that, so you guys could see another lure that I made myself, and you got to see it on a famous YouTuber's channel, which I thought that was pretty cool. And so I wanted to tell you guys that so you guys could see it. So thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe if you haven't already, and make sure to check that video out if you haven't already watched it. If you're not subscribed to him or not, make sure to go subscribe to him and all the rest of the Gookin channel people. Thanks for watching.